Welcome to episode 90 of the Frenemies Sports Podcast. It's been a minute. That's completely on us. We'll be more focused. We'll get some more out. But we're on NBA playoffs. I think we predicted the first round, and then we did the second round. So we're just kind of do a total recap.
Mine was right.
It's a common theme. Hunter Smith, despite his great basketball skill and the fact he's going to D3 college to play basketball, may be the worst predictor of the sport we've had in a while. Like Ryan Hollins and Hunter Smith are battling 1-2. And it's not a mean thing. It's just something we got to address.
I wish we could get some. Well,
you are an extremely good football analyst and predictor, and you just not have basketball. It's okay. We're football.
Hey, if it's possible, we could get just some flashback montage of Hunter saying Cavs in 4, Warriors in 4. He's the Warriors in 4 against the Lakers too. Just buckle up. Did they actually believe me? Do you really think you really think on this team we're gonna sweep these people? Because I'm not dumb. In my head, I got them all right. I didn't say it out loud. So you're delusional. Okay. Every series I predicted. Every series I had. He's actually not stupid at basketball. He just has dementia. Actually, nailed Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole's entire career I've really nailed to it.
Okay, no. See, this is okay. We're gonna nip this in the bud right now, and then we gotta move on.
Say that again. Say that slower.
We're gonna nip this in the bud. Bud.
Because you're growing a plant and you nip it in the bud. Not in the. You don't nip someone's butt. That's nip in your butt.
I'm still saying it. That makes more sense to me.
No, it doesn't. Nip in the butt.
I'm going to say it how I would like to say it. Anyway, we're gonna nip in the butt right now.
I mean, you're gonna get accused of sexual assault if you say that.
You predicted that Jordan Poole was going to be great after he had his great season. You then predicted he was going to be great, and then he legit sucked ass in entire season where Moses Moody was getting rotational minutes over him. Okay, let's just start over. Let's start with this game. I was young. The Milwaukee Bucks lost the first round.
Wowzers. Miami
was tie game with Chicago Bulls to be the 8th team, and they almost didn't make the plan. I don't saw this coming. No, I know Hunter especially hates the Heat because they don't play splashy basketball.
No, but I love the Heat. I was so happy to see it. Like I don't have anything against the Bucks. I just really like Jimmy Butler.
I would say now because that's one. We'll get to the second series too. I would like them to win the finals.
What did you just say? No, you can't do that to me. We've had debates. 2018, 2019, we had that debate. I turned out to be wrong. But Jimmy Butler is very, 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 very good. And Eric Spoelstra deserves more credit. Wow. I have a lot to say about the Miami beat Jimmy Butler and Eric Spoelstra.
In these conditions, Jackson, whatever you can get out.
Well, I feel fine. I've gotten used to it. First off, we have the question. Is Jimmy Butler Michael Jordan's long-lost son? What do we think?
Yes, absolutely.
I also
Jackson, that's a great question.
I mean, all the facts align up.
Absolutely.
They all line up.
Like, they play the exact same way.
They have the same intensity, same mentality, same mother. Well, no.
There's some relation with them.
Yes.
Like, his dad disappeared at the exact same time.
And then 13 years later, when the child support payment stops, kicked him out the house and he went homeless.
Correct.
It's interesting.
And that whole Jimmy Butler thing where he did, like, he carried a third unit of Timberwolves in the training camp and then beat the entire first unit. That's Michael Jordan-esque.
Okay, so then I have this question. If this is true, do you think this was planned by Jordan? He saw his first couple.
Tell you what.
He saw his first couple kids fail. Or would Jimmy be the oldest kid?
No, Jimmy would be the oldest. Jimmy's the oldest. Jimmy's older.
Is he? So that's why. Okay, so let me ask this then. So Jimmy would be the oldest. So to ensure greatness, he made Jimmy Butler literally grow up in the worst conditions in the United States.
It's very smart.
And then just let his other kids do whatever they want.
It's very smart.
But then did it take credit for the creation that he...
No, because he didn't want to.
I don't know if he knows.
Because he doesn't need to.
Are we sure he knows?
Michael knows.
I don't know if Michael knows.
Michael knows. Because also Jimmy Butler spent the majority of his career, the highlights of his career on the Bulls. Come on.
Yeah, well,
come on.
As great as Michael Jordan is a player, he has been probably the worst owner and player management of all time.
I think that's
so. I don't. How?
I don't know how. I just think it is.
Okay. I mean, I guess that's fair enough. If you're just going to throw shit on the court, I guess you don't have to explain why you're doing it.
Yeah.
That's what they bastard.
I think Michael Jordan's the greatest to ever do it.
No. Not only did they win,
cool.
shot like 5.
Yeah.
It was a gentleman's sweep.
Like, I thought Game 5, but he played the entire fifth.
Yeah, but he was. If Giannis was fully healthy,
They also lost
Giannis
Tyler
goes
Hero.
7. I don't know. I think if Giannis was fully healthy, using her that year, at least goes 7.
I guess. And it did cost Budenholzer his job, which I think was fair. Yeah. Like, unjust, but I can't. Like, I still think it's kind of fair. All right, we'll go to the next game, our next series. Cavs Knicks. I legit tried to warn. I was trying to warn you. We're not. Gotta take the Knicks seriously. You can't be arrogant assholes. And well, these two idiots over here, arrogance is flowing out of them. Not even about the punks. I know they're wrong.
What?
They were the attitudes that those two had, the same attitudes that our entire team had, and that is why we lost.
Well, correct. I still think Jack and I are right in this instance.
I don't disagree with that.
Explain.
See, the issue is Jack and I were expecting the Cavs team we've seen all season.
Yes.
What we got
Was not
a little pathetic, useless men.
Correct.
Not men.
So you
Little pathetic, useless.
you were expecting something, and something else happened. Therefore,
Not
you
on
were
us.
wrong.
Not
Correct,
on
so
us.
it's not our
Not on us.
But yours, your pick. I'm not saying you caused the root. I was saying
I understand.
you were wrong.
Oh, we understand.
You were
completely
incorrect.
That's not true. We were right. No, it does not.
What we were expecting was correct.
If the product,
If the
product that we saw all year from the
I
floor,
made a decision.
We're both right.
About a month ago when we were having an argument like this, and I finally said to myself, "Why do this?
Was it?
Why do this to myself?" Because they know that they're just doing it to get me.
You called me. We had a nice.
I had
hour
an
and a half
discussion.
talk. I'm glad you two are finally coming over to the right side.
No,
Whoa.
no, again. He's doing it again.
and notice how much we're talking about it.
Yeah, we're
It's all us.
They know what they did. Also, just to throw this out here, Jack O'Neal sent the group chat the other day a complete, blatant, incorrect statement about Anthony Davis injuries in the bubble. So anything that you say, Jackson, is now like we're bringing a fact check.
So
'Cause,
I'm
again,
glad you said fact check. I'm glad you said fact check because there are many media outlets in the world that don't get fact checked and should. CNN, MSNBC, ABC, Fox News. They all spew their horse manure. You know who else spews horse manure?
you.
TikTok.
And
I got that from a I'm sorry. During COVID, I was worried for my life. I wasn't paying attention to a bunch of millionaires
You
fighting
didn't
the bubble.
get 2 shits about your like.
Excuse me. No one was more on the COVID train than I was. I didn't want to spend my time worrying about my precious little king and his little bubble. So I'm sorry. I took information off the TikTok. The TikTok was wrong. I apologize. That's on me, but it's not my fault.
All right, let's talk about the series though. Jared Allen, should he be traded? Yes or no?
Yes, I think he should be executed. What? After that performance, I honestly don't know if Jared Allen should be like kicking it. I put him. Did you guys ever remember the punishment box in the longest yard?
Yes.
That's what Jared Allen should be put in for the entire summer. But he should be fed.
The problem is Jared Allen was one of my fan favorites.
Yeah, I like him a lot.
Yeah.
I like him a lot.
Now he needs to be punished.
He was what I thought toughness was.
No.
Physicality. And then all of a sudden I watched him go against Mitchell Robinson and it looked like Shaq was playing Dunleavy.
And then, to make matters worse, Kevin Love takes Mitchell Robinson out of the equation in the next round. Very sad.
That's so sad.
Very sad.
Yeah, my dad brought up a very good point. All right, we'll get there next about Kevin Love. I feel like, and I think Mobley, his best potential will come playing at the 5 instead of playing at the 4. So playing him at the 5, you're getting a 4 that's just gritty, tough, and they shoot the ball a little bit. Yeah. Like our own PJ Tucker. Brad PJ Tucker himself is too old now.
Having 2 non-shooters on the floor in this modern
with Kara
NBA,
shoot,
especially, it's just not a recipe for a winning championship contending team.
You know what else?
Unless you're extremely well coached, which we're not.
Well, I'm glad you said
the
that.
only people that could somewhat do it in the entire NBA is the Golden State Warriors with Kevin Looney and Draymond Green. But they make up for it by having 2 greatest shooters of all time.
Yeah, that's.
Glad you brought up the coaching. So the Cavs 4 seed. They go down to the Knicks in 5. They were pathetic all series. There's no game plan. Nothing changed game to game. It was terrible. Everything was tough watch. So far, Budenholzer has been fired, champion. Nick Nurse has been fired, champion. Monty Williams has been fired. He was 2 games away from championship a year ago. And Doc Rivers just got fired. Somehow J.B. Bickerstaff still has a job. And I would argue he had a worse playoff performance than every single one of those coaches.
I would fire him and hire Monty Williams.
I mean, yeah.
Or Nick Nurse or Mike Budenholzer. I'd take any of them.
I don't know.
I would take any of them.
I've always unskeptical of him.
But with Budenholzer, Budenholzer's teams, even when he was in Atlanta, they were always the 1 seed. They always competed in the playoffs until they ran into until the Cavs.
I don't know.
The Cavs.
Show me our Eastern Conference Finals banners.
I'm not even like.
You still wear your Eastern Conference Finals T-shirt?
I actually have it still.
Yeah.
I'm not completely against the JB fire or not fire. Like I'm kind of in the middle on that. I could be convinced either way.
1-9 in the playoffs.
But with the people that are currently on the market coaching wise, would you take Doc Rivers or JB?
JB.
I can't handle Doc.
Okay.
The fact, the way that he stands, I don't know how he doesn't fall over. Like he goes full on, like horizontal back to floor, like it's a basin, and he's just Doc's. Doc is
JB's
the most overrated coach.
Next year.
All right.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Would you rather, you're starting your franchise, who would you rather have as a head coach? Doc Rivers, I think this is an easy answer for me. Doc Rivers or Becky Hammond?
Becky Hammond.
I would agree with that.
I would
also take Becky.
Would you have him or Bruce Brown? Or sorry, not Bruce Brown. What's his name? No, the dude that's head coach of the Sixers. Brett Brown.
I would take Brett Brown.
Beginning of the process.
I would take Brett Brown. I would take Brett Brown over Doc Rivers.
For beginning a franchise, yeah. Let's go with Brett Brown.
Doc Rivers never had to start a franchise. He got carried on the coattails of the Celtics, and then since then he's just failed in every single aspect of his coaching career, and he always blames it on someone else.
That's such a kind of coach.
He is.
He never. That's just so random.
It just annoys me. Like he needs to put like lotion on his
Philly, Brooklyn. Philly swept Brooklyn. I was quite sad. If
I don't know what his Memphis is.
I'm going to address this right now.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I had Nets in 6, and that was the series I was most confident in. Again, as someone I don't watch the NBA. I think the regular season's a joke. That being said, I shouldn't mislead you guys, even though I did say don't listen to a single word I say. So if you listen to me, that's on you.
Yeah, it's not your fault.
It's not my fault. No, it's their fault. But I was wrong, and I like to take full responsibility for my actions when I screw up, and that's on me, and I'm sorry. I still, though, Joel Embiid was not the MVP. He's not even that special.
Gosh, I would love to get into that.
Yeah, Joel Embiid's a joke. I do want to say this about James Harden, though. Slightly growing on me. Slightly.
Okay, we need to keep moving on.
All right, yeah. I would say if Brooklyn had any type of offense whatsoever, I think they could have succeeded. Because they're doubling up Joel every single time he touches the ball. It's very similar to what Boston ended up doing in production. All right, Boston, Atlanta. Atlanta won one more game than they thought they were going to. And that's his Trae Young drop, like 60 points.
They won 2 more games, I thought.
All right, Denver, Minnesota. Yeah, it's a blowout. Anthony, I think I was the most right about the Timberwolves. They won't work out, and they're holding the worst contract in the league by far, and they will not be able to get out of it for the next 3 years.
What a horrible
trade. They are
just looking back at that trade.
Anthony Edwards is prime, like Alex under his rookie contract. They're wasting it away on the team.
Easily. Oh yeah.
Phoenix Clippers.
Try to blow it up.
Game 1.
Blow it up in LA. No. Hold up. No. Don't blow it up.
I disagree with that. Run it back one more year. See if you can stay healthy. They didn't have Paul George or Kawhi Leonard. They won.
Yeah, but it's been the same story for every year.
I understand.
But what are you
a
championship contending team?
Yes.
Yes,
they
They
are.
do not need to add anything. They're fully healthy. They can compete for a conference final / championship.
They took the Suns to 6, and they had Kawhi Leonard for 2 games, and they had Paul George the entire series.
I think maybe add.
It felt like
It's because Russell Westbrook was playing. Russell Westbrook was dominating. That's why. That's the only reason.
Do you think Russell Westbrook? Do you think Westbrook?
I think Russell Westbrook. No, but I think Russell Westbrook complements both of those players.
Healthy Clippers, do they beat the Nuggets?
I think they can. I think it's a decent series. I think it's close.
See,
I got healthy Clippers pushing.
We cannot keep doing this.
So if you
They've had 4 years.
All right, so if you get rid of Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, no one's trading for that. So what are you doing?
I think someone to piece we would trade for Kawhi
And Paul George. Someone with a regular season.
Somebody needs another star. I could see the Sixers doing some sort of yearly trade, Harden and some picks to get Kawhi or PG Atlanta with Joel Embiid. Which actually, I think it'd be very appetizing. Atlanta, some next play defense. All right, back end. Sacramento, Golden State. The Kings got absolutely robbed. If De'Aaron Fox is not get hurt, they win the game. They win the series in 6.
The Kings were favored the entire time in that series, especially the way the reffing was too.
Oh my god.
You know I'm right.
Oh my, no, you're not right. Golden
Golden State literally got screwed so many times, and they still ended up winning the series. The rest had money on it. It was literally a Donahue. That was such a Donahue series.
No, it was not.
Oh, it absolutely was. They were on the Kings side. No, it's not. They were on the Kings side.
I was the entire time the King.
I know you've become a fanboy of the
Other
Warriors.
people think that too. Other people think the Warriors were getting absolute.
Okay, other people thought everything was fine.
No.
Bingo bongo was Chicago.
I mean, minus Kings fans don't want that right.
Here's all I'm gonna say.
That reference for
I know you've become a Warriors fanboy. What that series really showed, it should show to everyone is
Steph Curry.
Steph Curry is that dude. I don't know if.
What did you say?
I don't know. Putting it anyone is
No, anyone. Anyone wants
appropriate
anyone
statement
wants
there. But for anyone who had doubts that he's a top 10 player of all time, it's over after this playoff. That Warriors team is garbage without him.
Garbage.
Oh, I thought you were okay.
I would say I was disappointed in Sabonis' performance. I was expecting more.
I was disappointed in Draymond.
We'll get to Draymond for the next series.
Awesome.
All right, Memphis Lakers. We're gonna touch two things. First, we're gonna talk about the series itself.
Are we going to touch
And then we're gonna get off the globe.
Yeah, we are going to touch my guns.
Yes, we're gonna be talking to you about that. The series first.
Bad.
Oh, also, we can't forget about Dylan. The best thing that's happened to Dylan Brooks is draw in the situation. But we have to get to because he's just taken all the
focus.
light off and just
Crepsel.
Dylan Brooks will be in China next year. Most likely. He'll be joining Dwight Howard.
The Long Dong Tigers.
I'd be so sad. I'd cry.
The Cavs are second in betting outfit.
I
pick up Dylan Brooks.
They won't pick up Brooks.
They won't pick up Brooks.
What does he solve? Does he solve shooting for us?
Well,
that's because we're literally a team full of pussies. So
You would call Dylan Brooks tough.
I would call Dylan Brooks the toughest thing we have. Minus Donovan Mitchell.
Dylan Brooks is not tough.
I think Okoro's tough. He's just bad.
Okoro is not tough.
He's just bad at basketball.
How is Okoro at points? And Okoro at points are our second best player.
Yes.
Sometimes the best. He's the only person hustling and actually rebounding and stealing and having any type of
Also, would not
physical
be
presence.
He would back down.
This is
No, Okoro would not back down.
If Isaac Okoro was David in the story David and Goliath, Goliath would have won. If it was Isaac Okoro versus Goliath, Goliath walks the floor with him.
The series itself was the Lakers just played really good defense that entire series.
Also,
And Anthony Davis, after taking a hiatus for 2 games, decided to be a top 5 player in the league that he is when he wants to be.
He's decided a genius thing. He knows that he can't play 2 games in a row, so I don't think he just purposely gives all effort in one, and then he doesn't try and.
That's smart.
And the whole team knows. They're like, all right, AD's not out today. Let's lose by 30. Let's pack the bag, and then we'll play next. It's honestly very smart. So in the game we're watching right now, they're down by 15. They'll probably end up losing the game like 35.
And Anthony Davis, LeBron have a combined for like 22.
Exactly. So it's
So I think LeBron's maybe taking upon this strategy a little bit.
correct. Just take a game off, and they'll play game 2 because they're all old.
If they win one at Denver, they're already automatically up.
Exactly.
so speaking of LeBron James, you guys might not know this about me, but I hate LeBron. I can't stand him.
I always forget LeBron's stand.
Early is unfortunate after he wins the title, you can no longer call MJ the best. That's gonna be
I will put almost anything on it. He does not win another title in his career.
Just there's 4 teams left.
I understand, and he will not be the 4th team.
There's also a bet that you made with Carter that the Lakers making the finals or Western Conference Finals or something like that.
Playoffs.
Playoffs.
And he would buy me a Cavs ticket.
We'll be finding that quote.
So, go ahead.
I thought it was worse than that though.
Anywho.
No,
Anywho. Well, I do hate LeBron James on the court. Something I will give LeBron credit for. When he's poked, he answers. He does. And the Grizzlies, they were stupid. They poked him. And then, they won the next game by like 50. Shouldn't poke LeBron. It's dumb.
It's true.
You shouldn't poke him.
Put that on a shirt.
Don't poke.
Don't poke me.
Don't poke him. You don't touch me. We're all kidding you.
All right, we're gonna flip that.
Speaking of kicking, when do we talk about Draymond?
We're gonna come all the way back down.
Oh,
Now we're going back up to Miami, New York.
It made me so sad. That series made me so sad.
No.
Miami punked New York worse than how we got punked by New York, which means if we played Miami, it would have been 4-0.
No, correct. That's I was on the phone Jack at some point. I remember telling him I'm actually glad we lost because we would have got absolutely
Jimmy
smoked.
Butler might have dropped 70 every game.
But anyway, I would say New York Knicks fans drag me absolutely up the wall.
New York drive.
Like it's not like if they were genuinely love their team that much, it would make sense. But I just think they.
So I think they're 4.
That's unbelievable. We can't put that.
Hayes,
We're gonna edit that one out. Thank you. Moving on.
dude.
Continue right where you were. It's just, dude, come on, man. We're 90 episodes in. We know we can't get, we cannot get them.
No other city could have asked for it.
The largest terrorist attack.
Oh my god.
All right, everyone, you focus. You focus. We're having a good episode. We're almost done. Take a breath and. Did he hit this?
Yes. Guys.
And breathe it.
No, I would just say, like, if they had genuine love for their team in those videos, it'd make sense. You can see it's fake. Like they just do it for clutch or so for the best fans in the world or not, and it drives me nuts. I hope the Knicks never. I hope the stuff same thing happens again. They lose in the first round of the playoffs. I can't cheer them anymore.
I agree. I also agree. In case you couldn't tell.
Oh, also, get breasts some help.
Jalen Brunson's good.
He's an absolute.
Is he? One card.
Steph?
Dave.
De'Aaron Fox.
De'Aaron Fox. Yes.
Luka.
Luka's considered one.
Yes.
SGA.
SGA has to be over him.
Yeah, he's probably like the 5 to 7 range,
I put Brunson and Fox.
give or take. If you're the Knicks, you gotta find I guess you try to find a way to move Randall, but I just don't know how do you move that contract.
And RJ Barrett has to. I agree with Steve this.
If he,
That's warning. RJ Barrett has to have a long look in the mirror.
Really work on his game.
Because it just gets to a point where they have to help. We can't. I feel like RJ Barrett was fine. I mean, you got exactly what RJ Barrett was expecting.
He was 2 for 15.
yeah, that's true.
Last game, I'm pretty
Yeah, but like he had 22 the game before that. Like it's literally like Jordan.
That's what I'm saying.
Need him.
sure.
I just don't know if you can ever get more out of him.
I would take Tibbs over Jimmy Bickerstaff.
Our coach would take him JP. I'd see Tibbs.
I know, but at least
fat and ugly.
I know, but at least his team has an identity and
looks
some
like-
type of thing that they can like do.
You know the father.
Team does have an identity.
Like I'm
you know
so
what-
sick of hearing Bickerstaff in the huddle, and he does that little deep voice thing, and he just claps his hands like, "We gotta guys, just gotta fight. We gotta fight. We gotta fight."
You know the
Nothing happens.
You know Papa Pig and Peppa Pig.
Yes.
That's who like Thibs reminds me of.
Papa or Peppa?
Papa.
What?
Please put a picture up.
Papa Pig and Thibs.
Wow.
That's what it reminds me of.
All right, by far the best series in the second round. Philly Boston went 7, and
Yes.
I think it ended perfectly with Doc Rivers and James Harden, the biggest choke artists in the world, just could not have choked any harder.
And that
And back-to-back games.
that was the best thing about that series is we didn't learn anything new. The Sixers are who we thought they were, and it was great to see.
And honestly, Boston is like they were who they thought they were too.
It's
It's a
also-
very inconsistent team.
I don't know. I thought
We learned something.
They've always been inconsistent. I think they showed in that series they're extremely inconsistent.
Who, Boston?
Especially Tatum himself. He's either extremely hot or extremely cold.
In big moments, he's been pretty good.
consistently pretty good.
He's been okay.
But like average game to game, he's very consistent.
Like this,
I saw TikTok was posted before Game 7, but it was saying to trade Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown's the guy.
I also saw that.
Build around Brown.
I asked this question last year when Brown shot per field had 40 points.
I just don't understand people's wants to trade either one of them.
I don't.
They have
They
3 to 4 more
with each other, but they've been to the conference final 5 of the last 7 years.
Exactly.
So I don't know how you can even say that.
And there's not another
They're
team.
bound to win a final.
I guess Milwaukee. I'll see with Milwaukee. If the Cavs you turn around, and that's essentially it.
Like this year especially, they're the favorite to win.
Yeah.
I mean, they should
Right.
win the final. Yes, they should.
The biggest thing the one thing that I learned from 76er series on
What was that? He's a beta. He sucks. I've said this all year. Jack and I are on the spot on. No,
He has been good in the playoffs.
No. He had a massive drop off. He's averaging 10 less points a game in the playoffs. He's shooting lower field goal percentage
past
too.
years in the playoffs.
No.
I would say we all agree with that. But like, he was a great. He was.
That's why he's been
he was a
terrible.
great regular season player and deserved.
He was a great regular season flop.
For his MVP.
Great flopper.
Jackson, coward. In past playoffs, look at the stats. He's been good.
No, really.
This year, he was horrendous.
Horrendously bad.
A horrendous drop off.
Or horrific. Really bad. It was terrible.
So that's gonna be fixed. James Harden, why did you do that to me?
What did he do?
I was like,
Game when he carried the team on his back.
I'm like, oh my god. If James Harden has a couple of performances like this in the playoffs and the Sixers win, he's the top.
I don't want to dog on James Harden this series. I thought it was really cool what he did.
He did it for one game.
No, not that. No. I'm not talking on the court. The bringing the school shooting.
Yeah. Well, that
Very
was
cool. Big fan.
He's a very good guy.
Great guy.
She would
I
have
didn't-
some success in the playoffs.
See, I didn't know.
I never thought James Harden was like that.
No, I always know James Harden as he's always in the club because he was in Vegas before Game 1. I know him as he's always clubbing and doing stuff. Great guy. Big fan of James Harden. He earned a fan of me. Very proud of him. That's a great thing to do.
I would say in order for, it looks like Harden's going to leave. I'm excited to see what Maxey does because I think he has the possibility to be a top 10 guard.
If the Olympics ever added like a 100-meter sprint with a basketball, I think Maxey would be the United States representative.
Thank you, Jackson. That was very insightful.
Can you think of someone else?
Okay.
I could. Maxey would be my not.
Okay. Denver, Phoenix. This series made me the happiest. I just wanted Denver to win extremely bad. I'm sick of just teams throwing, just trying to put super teams together. Just throw them in. The Nuggets are the best team the entire season. They put the work. They put all the work in to be a cohesive unit, and they deserve to win the game. And won the series.
Speaking of Nuggets,
And also Chris Paul needs to retire. Needs to.
Not retired. We need to stop viewing him like I think Nick Wright had a thing where it was like the superstar club, and Chris Paul was worked out. We need to. He's not a superstar anymore.
He can't be on the court, but he can't be on the court defensively.
that is true. But Chris Paul had some games, especially game 1. He really took over.
Yeah.
He had like 28 points.
Yeah.
He's 38 years old. He's 6 foot.
He's
you gotta know.
He's so good,
yes.
but he's not a superstar.
You gotta know he's not gonna be playing.
No, but he's the crux. He's up there.
I mean, he might be a superstar.
How?
Not anymore.
He can't. He
can almost score.
Carry, can he carry a team that's a title contender? Could he be the best
I mean,
player?
he's hourglass playing as a superstar. Joel Embiid can't freaking do that. He sucks, and he won MVP.
True.
That's not true. He can. Joel Embiid's been in the Western Conference Final. Joel Embiid's final team. Joel Embiid's never got past.
Has he?
For conference final. For conference final.
Yeah, and Embiid has never passed.
Now, granted, they would have.
Yeah,
Joel Embiid.
but if you watch
the game 7 3 times, right?
they lost this year. They lost the Kawhi year.
And they lost a different one. I think it was the bubble.
Yeah, because it was the Bucks that year, right? Yes, because then the Bucks played the Heat in the conference finals.
Yes.
Good job, Jackson. I'd like to say something about the Suns series. I do not like the Phoenix Suns. I hate Kevin Durant. I think Kevin Durant is still the biggest coward in the history of the National Basketball Association. Both the softest move in the history of sports, potentially. The only thing about the Suns I love their owner, Matt Sheba. Let me tell you why. He gets there. Within 48 hours of getting to Phoenix, he trades for Kevin Durant. So right off the bat, he's all right, let's win a championship. Then, this is what I loved about Ishiba. And people, mixed reactions to this, but I loved it. Jokic gives him a little nudge. Nothing crazy. This is the semi-conference finals. And Ishiba goes flying. Flails the arm. He sells it like a champ. Oscar-worthy performance. But Jokic could have easily been suspended if Ishiba pushed it. Easily.
Oh, yeah. No, and the fact that I respect Shiba even more for saying, like, no, we want Jokic. Like, don't suspend him.
But,
like that actually makes him more,
If as a Browns fan, if I see Jimmy Haslam on the sidelines and where is AFC Championship game, not that we'd ever be there with this roster, but Patrick Mahomes barrels into Jimmy Haslam and Haslam goes flying and then they suspend Mahomes.
It's like when an owner actually treats like an actor.
Yes,
Yeah.
I
agree.
enormous fan of Matt Ishiba. I don't care what anyone says. It was a flop, yes, but he was doing everything in his power to win a series, and I think that's phenomenal.
I would also say the key to the Nuggets' success in the rest of the playoffs is going to be Jamal Murray and whoever the second and third people that go along with Jokic in games. Because when Jamal Murray's cooking, that team they're almost unbeatable. And they're actually playing like somewhat solid defense. All right, Jackson. Your Lakers now in the Western Conference Finals.
And I'm glad.
After beating the Golden State Warriors.
It just goes to show everything wrong with the modern day NBA. So we get to game 1, and they get to play the Grizzlies, the most overrated team in basketball, who didn't have
Who said that?
me,
Okay.
who didn't have Steven Adams and Brandon Clark.
Big mess.
You literally said it didn't matter. You literally said that's how shit LeBron is.
That's not true.
Look him in the eyes.
I never
Look
said
him
that.
in the eyes. Look him in the eyes.
I never said that. I never said that.
Please, if you find a clip of him saying that, just put it right there. Because
I never said that to my knowledge.
You're a politician. Like, it's unbelievable. You just see blatant. Okay, sorry, go on.
He gets to play biggest idiot in the NBA, Ja Morant, followed by the second biggest in the NBA, the biggest idiot in the NBA, Dylan Brooks. It's incredible what the league will do for the king. And
So
then
they made him play? Like, they made him play seven?
Silver's a mastermind. He knew what he was doing. And then the Warriors, like, yeah, we all knew they would be. The Warriors too old and they suck. I'm glad he got to the conference finals because now he's actually playing a real basketball team.
Instead of the four-time champs.
Wait, the Warriors team that you said that Curry's going to beat him and then he will be considered greater than him?
I said if Curry wins a championship this year, yes, Curry would be better than LeBron all time.
The second greatest dynasty of all time wasn't a big series win for LeBron at 30 years old.
No, because
You know what's a great point? Actually, I saw this by Nick Wright, and I actually thought it was very good.
Nick Wright's not
Nick Wright made a great point. And actually, because he actually backs up the facts like you.
That's not true.
You have to bring any type of evidence, any type of...
Nick Wright said everybody ate on Jordan's watch. When on LeBron's case, the whole league ate.
You know why he said that, right?
That was not-
You know why he said that? He said that in the
He never said no one ate LeBron's watch. He said
Everyone.
no one ate on Jordan's watch.
Every
I know, but
single
okay.
person.
Again, you're not missing the point.
Jason Terry, Kawhi, Timmy,
Yeah, but Jeff, that wasn't his point.
all of California.
Steph Curry at 34 years old probably had one of his better, the greatest seasons in his career. Like overall, the playoffs and his regular season.
I honestly thought he's been better like the last two, maybe.
And LeBron probably had, like playoffs wise, compared to his others, the miraculous runs he's had, is probably one of his worser playoff performances.
Steph,
Yeah, their numbers, LeBron has been either average or slightly better, which I think is fascinating. That Steph at his peak and LeBron, one of his worst performances, had very similar numbers. Just a little thing to float your boat.
Yeah, go ahead, float it.
Float.
It's gonna sink.
Let's move on. Let's move on to our conference finals predictions here.
All right, I'll start. Nuggets in 5.
Any reason?
Maybe 4.
Any reason?
4 or 5.
I want the Nuggets to win the series.
Badly.
My heart says the Nuggets, my brain says the Lakers, and I never go with my brain, so I'm going to go with Denver at 7. Denver at 6. Denver at 7.
I want LeBron to win another, and I want people to stop talking about the good with it. So LeBron's the greatest player of all time. So I will go Lakers 7.
One of the largest found it. Fit. It's one of the long hats I've ever put on. I actually fits my hat very nicely. I go perfectly fitting sock. It's very soothing. That might not have been the right word to use.
Man, they should be on socks. It's just,
No, I've never considered fitting my sock.
Have you had a very loose sock? It's not very good.
I just pull it up.
No, but like if it can still loose if pulled up, it's just not.
Are you wearing like clown socks?
Very extra large.
I did it when I was a kid.
When you were 8.
Well, that's me. That's your What's your pick?
What does that have to do with anything? Um,
I'm gonna keep Brian. I said after the trade deadline that they were a good team and they can make a run. Let's say continues here. I'm gonna go Lakers. Wow, 6. I'm gonna go Lakers at 6. The Lakers at 6. I said it.
So they would at home in 6.
Yes.
All right. So other side, Celtics Heat. God, I'll start.
Nice, Jackson.
thank you.
It's the same thing. I think I want the Heat to win, but I think
Excuse me.
I'll take Heat in 7 too. I may be over 2.
Wow.
That's wrong.
Heat in 7.
Celtics in 5.
There's going to be that's a catch.
I got season 6.
There will be 2 games where Jason Tatum scores less than 18 points, and they lose by more than 25 points.
Ooh,
More than 25 points. There'll be 2 blowout wins by Miami. There'll be a couple of blowout wins by the Celtics. I just think there's gonna be 2 close games. Do you trust Jason Tatum more in the clutch or Jimmy Butler? I trust Jimmy Butler. Heat 7. Very.
You just convinced me. I'm riding the Jacob Miller train.
Celtics.
Yeah, I like
That's
I was gonna say Celtics and like 5 straight misses.
Hey, do me a favor. Switch Nuggets. Go 2 for 2 with me. Trust me. Leave me out.
Oh, because I like.
You admittedly say you don't watch basketball and you're bad at picking. He's already.
What if I throw the guarantee? What if I throw the guarantee?
He's wearing the garbage bag of NBA picks.
What guarantee?
guarantee.
On what?
What do you think?
What are you talking about here?
That the Nuggets win the series. If I did that, would you switch?
You're throwing. I will switch. If you're thinking the Jackson, you're guaranteed that Denver Nuggets win the series.
Legit, you're
I see
guaranteed.
Jesus on red screen.
My Jackson O'Neal guarantee ends LeBron's career. LeBron's never getting this far again. Jackson O'Neal guaranteed that the Nuggets win the series.
Denver.
Okay, well, now I don't root for Denver. That just ruined it for me.
What do I have to do?
Jackson O'Neal guarantee.
See, this is the
Has
only.
never been wrong.
This is the only.
once.
This is the only guarantee I can respect.
Because he
never does this.
It's
No,
never
but
been
you're-
wrong.
No,
you're ninth
the only
in
weight shows a 99%.
Is this the ninth in history?
Ninth Jackson.
Yes.
Last night was 9.
Yes, the Jackson O'Neal guarantee is 9-0.
It's a Big 10.
That's incredible.
The Jackson O'Neal guarantee is going to end LeBron's career. Because mark my words, he never gets this far, I guess.
Like it would make my day if LeBron's one that finished your stupid guarantee things.
Never
Like it legit,
been wrong.
It holds nothing.
It's
Like,
never
it legit holds
been
You
nothing.
wait till literally the 1 second block. Like you're.
It predicted the World Cup final. It
No, you
predicted-
didn't. You didn't put it on that.
I did.
No, you
In
didn't.
the 80th minute, when Argentina was
You
up
can't
2-0.
say it in your head and then
I did.
say
I
it
told Hunter at
counts.
breakfast. Hunter for that.
Said it when?
In the 80th minute, when Argentina was up 2-0.
Okay, well that's the
Looked
thing.
like France was gonna
Like,
get
if the game was in the afternoon and you said it at breakfast,
So
so something doesn't. Something doesn't.
we went to church about.
I
We went to church. We went to church at 11:30, and then we went to Bob Evans Afterwards. So it was like a brunch, but it's Bob Evans breakfast.
So after is 2-0.
It was in the 8th minute. Yes,
It was 2-0. Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
And the final
99%.
the final was 3-3, and Argentina won in PKs
99%.
once again. And that was the first ever Jack O'Neal guarantee ever, and it was correct.
You know, I have nothing else.
Any last thoughts? Any coherent actual last thoughts?
Eric Spoelstra is showing right now.
Okay,
he
well.
is the reason LeBron won championships.
It's both.
Thank you, Jackson.
If LeBron wins, we was seriously to go.
Well, it's okay.
I will be reconsidering.
Good. That's true. No, it actually is a fairly good deal.
If Jokic wins the playoffs, he's the best player.
Yeah, I agree.
Excellent episode.
Thanks for listening.
Keep it. Uh-oh. He's over. Kind of.